Another thing is, like when you see stuff like this, it's really awkward. We've got a bunch of these. I'm going to treat these just like lamp bases, but you need to always deconstruct pieces. So if you see something that this could be jangling around and hitting that, you want to take it out. So you're going to take every bit of this off. Does it come apart? Treat it like a lamp. I'm pretty sure this thing, like it comes out. That's going to come out. So then you've got what left? You've got this big cylinder. I look at this and I think, oh, this is pretty much like every lamp base I just packed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff it. And then I look, oh, how many? I'm looking around. I'm always looking ahead of how I can puzzle my pieces together. Puzzle my pieces. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got a bunch of little ones over there too. I'm thinking, oh, I bet I can get all these in a large or even one of those. I'll try to typically use a large first because these boxes are pretty expensive. So that's another reason I'll only use 1 or 2 of them for lamps, because majority we're just using these for the kitchen because people don't want to pay as much for those. These smalls, mediums, we can use more of them as well for less stuff, if that makes sense. Another thing I do a lot of is if I have a lamp or something weird, sometimes you have these really long cutting boards that ladies have that'll come up here. And I'll have to do, I will then look at all the awkward, tall, weird stuff. Say that, you know, the decor, say that this had a bunch of that fake flowery shit that's coming out of it. Excuse my language for the camera. I'm gonna take that out and I'm gonna stuff this full of paper, and then I'm gonna wrap it. So this gets stuffed. I'm gonna wrap it just like I did all this stuff, and then it's gonna go in a box just like that. And then all that decor I have, I'm gonna put in here real lightly and stick it in next to it. And then because that stuff's really fragile and awkward, you're gonna stuff a bunch of paper around it, and then you're gonna top it with a medium box. So you can get a medium box on top of that and telescope it. You guys have seen those before, right? So anytime there's something that you're like, I don't know how to pack this, this is so weird and awkward, it's gonna get damaged, just telescope it. Because once I put a small box or a medium box on top of this, a lot of times it gets so stuck right here, you're gonna have a little extra air in there. You do wanna make sure you're putting enough paper in that telescope. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, right? It's gonna look like this. You're gonna take a box, you're gonna go over it. But typically a medium fits over this. You're gonna push it down to where it might hit the top of where that floral arrangement is. That's really tall. And that's why you'll see a lot of boxes like this. Sometimes there's really awkward tall stuff up to here. Anytime they're like, here, can you pack this randomly awkward thing? First of all, I think, does this need to be crated? Is it a 150-year-old vase that's made of ceramic that will ruin their life if it's broken? Then I'm going to charge them $200-300 to crate it, which is we have to build a box for it. But this is this is the other option, or the other way of building a box for something so that it doesn't get damaged. And basically you could do anything with this thing. And I'm going to always put arrows on this kind of stuff. Because these, you never really, if you see a box that's telescoped like this, you never want to put it on its side or push it in. It always needs to go up. And then this is something else that's just kind of awkward. You'll find these in offices a lot of times. You could take this thing apart, but that's going to take way too long. This is obviously the fragile part. This is a very thick piece of glass. It's not easy to break this, but it's awkward. But it is if it hits this. So what I do is I take even these light bulbs. I would take the light bulb out and I would stuff this with paper and I would bubble completely around this the best I can. So if it hits this, it's not going to damage. If it hits this side, it's not going to damage. And then once this piece itself is bubbled, then you can either wrap it in this or you can even wrap it in like 3 of these. But make sure it's going up, or same kind of thing. It's surrounded by enough paper that nothing's going to hit that. But bubble does a lot more protection than you think. A lot of people use bubble because of the extra protection, but you can kind of create the same effect with using enough paper. But I use it for very delicate pieces of glass. These are kind of thick, but I would use it on this one and I would use it on a thin piece too. But it's different than something like this, which is kind of hard for me to explain. But the other thing I was going to go over, there was something I saw. So recently we did a move for someone where she said all of her things she had 8 of these vases that were her prized possessions. And we moved her once, and when someone tells me something's their prized possession, I always put bubble on it. I do sometimes 2 layers of bubble, and then I do 2 layers of paper. So she had this little vase which we broke. As you can see, it's very thin. It's almost like a wood. But she had different sizes of these. She probably had like 15 of them. But the way I would do this is put bubble around it, put paper around it, and then it goes in a small box. And you put maybe 4 of those in there, and then you stuff it with paper, and it's done. Nothing else goes in that box. So when someone's like, oh, these are really important to me, I go out of my way to make sure there's a fragile on it, and that it's in a box either by itself or maybe like 1 or 2 things. So there's no way of that thing breaking. There's nothing on top of it. There's nothing on the bottom of it. It just goes in a box by itself, if that makes sense. Sometimes you'll find like there's glass. There's like, you know, those weird glass. I did like a whole wall of fragile handmade Italian glass things, fish, like all that glassy type stuff. And it's got all the little pokies on it. Those I ended up putting 2 per box, sometimes even 1 per box. And they're like, you know, the most fragile thing. They're time consuming because you wrap it, put it in a box, but your best friend is all this paper. It's just stuffing the heck out of it. And that's what it takes to protect it. So sometimes, and most people know that, and they rather you protect it that way than trying to put 5 glass items in a medium because that's how they fit. If that makes sense. I'd rather you guys putting 1 very fragile item in 1 small box or even 1 medium box than trying to put all these fragile items in 1 box because they fit, if that makes sense. So that's one of the hardest things for me to kind of get my brain around or teach my brain. And Nate and I are going to be coming out on the jobs with you, showing you things. But this is just kind of a basic of how and why and